Well, hello everyone. I'm Brandon Robertson, and today I'm here talking to my friend and renowned philosopher of integral theory, Ken Wilber. And Ken, thank you so much for taking time to be with me today.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure. It's a delight. I love working with you, and I'm looking forward to what we can do today, some of the fun conversations we can have, because so many of these topics are relatively new, but they're explosively exciting. They really open up areas about religion that doesn't contradict religion or doesn't try to, you know, take away anything that it now has. It's just saying over the last 2,000 years, has anything really important been added that if the original writers of, let's say, the New Testament were aware of this information, would they include it? And the answer is almost certainly yes.
Sure.
So that's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
There's a way that since spirit keeps bringing in new ideas, it keeps overflowing, new truths, new realities. It's always bringing those into existence. So how can we take some of these new developments that Spirit's given us and say, okay, how can we fit these with the very important truths we've already been handed, but maybe look at ways to take it forward, take it into the next era. And so that's what's so exciting about it.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievably exciting period for us right now. And so this is one of the things that we want to explore and talk about. And we'd like anybody who wants to join us to please do.
Yeah. I think it's so, again, profoundly important, especially in this world of people. We're having a 2-day set of events. The first day you're going to be spending some time with those from a majority of an evangelical background who can really benefit from. I think evangelicals have a really good grasp on the waking up and not so much the growing up. And I think talking about that with you will be great. And then on Saturday, basically just recreating this conversation and going a little bit deeper into this integral vision for what the future of religion and spirituality can look like in our world. And I just think it's going to be revolutionary for the people that come experience it.
What we're dealing with is none of these pathways have been made up. I didn't create these. We're looking at them. We researched them and said, oh my God, there's a staggering amount of knowledge in the communities that do this. They know what works. They know the stages to do. They know the exercises to do. What hasn't happened is simply brought these two together. And it's not hard. They fit beautifully. But that's what's starting to happen. And that is going to change the nature of religion profoundly. Because the main problem right now with religion is that if it stays ethnocentric, and by the way, 70% of the world's population is ethnocentric or lower. So if it simply stays where it is now by doubling down on ethnocentric truth, everything in the Bible is empirically correct, we can't challenge any of it. Lot's wife really did turn to a sack of salt. The Egyptian god really did rain locusts down, and all the Egyptians really did kill the firstborn of it. Not necessary. Yeah. Those were the mythic ways of expression that happened during those periods. And of course, because human beings were mythic in their orientation, that's how they interpreted their confrontation with a divine God man. Sure. But as we got more and more sophisticated, we have more sophisticated ways of approaching the God man. The God man is still here for us, but we keep growing. We can't not do that. That's spirit in us, pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward. And instead of just holding back and saying, no, wait, that's wrong, we just go, take me. Let's go forward. That's going to change what religion does. Religion would become a pacer of transformation for culture. It's the only discipline that can pick people up at their childish stages of selfish or magic, and then take them to their next stages of mythic, concrete operational thinking, more complex, and then take them into their stages of rationality and looking at religion through more objective, universal terms, finding ways that it can indeed fit with science, and then moving beyond that into pluralistic, postmodern stages. We have all sorts of things, the postmodern Bible and all of that, where these are being interpreted. Then there's an even higher stage called integral. And this is giving those 6 to 8 stages, not just the 4 that we use. But these at integral is the first stage that takes all of them and says, okay, we have to look at all of these. So if you take somebody like James Fowler, who has carefully mapped out how Christians go through these levels of faith, these stages of faith. And when you see that, you realize that no matter where the religion is in its dogmatic beliefs, it could be Romanian, mythic, ethnocentric. We've got the one and only true way. Everybody else is going to burn in hell. So that's the teaching. Nonetheless, if you take studies from all of the congregation, you'll find people at all 6 of those stages, even though the dogmatic stage is just stage 3. There are actually 3 higher stages of development. Not only that, individuals are already at those higher stages. It's happening. This is real growth processes. And so when you go in and ask them, okay, what does this mean? What does that mean? You get very different, much more sophisticated responses, but they still feel they're Christian. And that's the whole point. Others who do Buddhism can do it, and they still feel Buddhist. What's happened with each of the major traditions is that some founder has kind of opened a crack in the cosmic egg and brought all this divine reality through. And it just turns out that people around the world end up natively drawn to one or the other of them more. And that's the way it should be. So it's not Christ is better than everybody else. It's just Christ is the best for me. And that's what works for me. And that's exactly right. You should be exactly able to do that. Some people find Buddha works better, or Buddhist practices. Some find Vedanta works better. Sometimes find Quakers work better. That's fine. But what all of them have are these stages of waking up and these stages of growing up. The evidence we have is that these are present in all of them. And so we just want to say, okay, pay attention to these, because it's going to open up your spiritual realities in an explosive and much more inclusive way. You are going to be able to find your own metamorphosis. You're going to be able to find your own transfiguration. You're going to be able to find your own transformation much more easily, much more effectively, and it's going to change your life even more than it has now. This is exciting. And again, it's going to put religion at the forefront of social transformers, because it's actually pushing us into our higher and higher states and stages of development. Whereas right now, stuck at mythic literal, is holding us back by about 2 stages. Yeah. And that's the disaster of it, compared to the fact that it could switch to be the greatest social transformer, because it's the only one that has all of this these possibilities available. Medicine doesn't do this. Sociology doesn't do this. Politics doesn't do this. Education doesn't do this. Religion does this. And we're in a position now where we can make it that extraordinary transformative event in human awareness. And nothing like it. It's so ecstatically amazing. Yeah. It's just unbelievable.
I'm so grateful again for all of your insights, and really excited to be able to explore this with you and a big group of like-minded people in the days coming. But Ken, thank you so much for taking time to explore this with me today, and I look forward to April.
Bless you, my friend.